Okay, so this beautiful thing here is a PRS Custom 2408, and it is absolutely fantastic. And it's an SE. So I've been playing this guitar for a little over a week and I have been really impressed with it. But the one area I want to start with is the tone. So as we all know, tone is completely subjective. What I might like the sound of, you might not. But there is something that this guitar can just flat out do so well because of its versatility. And that is capture the dynamics so nicely in my playing, but also scorch my high gain lead tones. You see, the thing that I like about this guitar, and something that I've realized I quite like from PRS, is actually the capability of coil splitting. So coil splitting has never really appealed to me. It's always been something that I've looked at as a complete gimmick on any guitar that I've ever had. I've never really appreciated the tones that come out of any guitar that I've had with the coil splitting capability. So I just never used it. However, on the PRSs that I own, both the DGT and the 2408, they both just sound great in a coil split. Now again, that is totally subjective, but I think they really do just sound great. So the initial attraction I had for the 2408 was actually its ability to coil split, but so easily. Because this guitar doesn't have a global coil split, meaning I don't have to lift up the tone pot to split the humbuckers, I have separate switches. You have a switch purely for the bridge and a switch purely for the neck if you want to split that pickup. So over this past week, I've basically had this guitar in a humbucker position on the bridge and a split position on the neck, and I just think going between the two sounds brilliant. Okay, so check out the tonal difference between the neck and the bridge. I'm gonna have the neck in a split position, so I'm gonna split the humbucker, and I'm gonna keep the bridge just in a neutral position, just as a bridge humbucker. But what is quite nice is that when you switch over to the bridge pickup, it kind of acts like a boost. Check this out. So the other thing that surprised me about this guitar is literally how premium it feels, but more surprisingly, how similar it feels to my DGT. Now, let me explain, because on this guitar, the frets are taller, the neck is a completely different shape, the body I'm pretty sure is also thicker, the pickups are different, the pickup selection system is completely different. This is strung with 10s and the 2408 is strung with 9s, so they feel different in so many ways, but the overall quality of the instrument feels almost identical. When I hold both the PRS and the DGT, they both feel like they've been made to the same level, the same quality level. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they both feel like they're just such well-made instruments. And again, I have to point back to the fact that this is a guitar that is under £1,000. I think they both cost me $799, so £800, which in my opinion is a pretty good thing, because if I was to pay double for this guitar and the 2408, I would be totally satisfied with the way the guitar feels. Yep, obviously these guitars are made with lower quality wood. They're made with like the budget line of everything. So, you know, you're not getting the most premium stuff off the shelf. However, when you're playing the guitar, if you really like the way the guitar feels, you don't really care if you've got the nicest chunk of mahogany. You don't really care, or I don't really care if it's like a 3-piece neck or a 2-piece neck, or I don't really care if it's got a scarf joint, because when you're playing that, you are not going to feel the difference. You're not going to notice the difference in the build of the guitar. It's the overall finish and how well the guitar is constructed and put together that you can feel, that is tactile, that makes a guitar feel like a cheap guitar or feel like an expensive guitar. And to me, these really feel like expensive guitars. So for instance, the fretwork on this guitar is absolutely insane for the money. There isn't any fret sprouting, the edges of the frets are really nicely rolled, and they're polished and really smooth to play. It's also been holding its tune really well, and I'm a guitar player that tends to do a hell of a lot of string bending, just like most of you guys, but I'm pretty heavy-handed with my bend, and my vibrato can be kind of Zakk Wylde sort of style. It's quite wide sometimes. So I tend to be quite heavy-handed with the guitar, and it's been holding up really well in regards to tuning. I haven't actually used the tremolo system yet, so this could completely go out of the window, but so far, so good. Okay, so to cap it off there, basically I would say that this guitar is just incredible value for money, especially when you compare it to other guitars that you can get for the same price, and even some guitars I've played for over that £1,000 mark. This is one hell of an instrument for the price. But if you enjoyed this video, you got some value from it, go down there and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, because it really does help the channel out. Cheers guys, until the next video, I'll see you next time.